assholes. Here I am again, and today is August 8th, 2019. It's Thursday. I'm feeling better today, finally, after last weekend, which was a horrendous experience for a lot of people because of those two shootings. The one in El Paso, and then the one in El Paso, Texas, and then the one in Dayton, Ohio. And it was quite the experience. I tried for the first time to keep up on all the latest details in real time immediately after the events. Really, because, I know two things. I don't want to wait for the news to get around to the correct information and tell me and depend on what could be misinformation. So, I tried to give it a go and see if I could do my own research and keep up with the latest information as posted on the internet independently and not by the news networks. But that turned out to be a bit of a problem, because what I found out was that there's a lot of information being posted on the internet about these events immediately after they happen. And what that does is just mislead people just as much as it does if you're depending on the news networks. I think there's something to be said about the fact that some people just get a kick out of doing that. They think it's fun to mislead people and lie to them and lead them to conclusions that really aren't valid because they're going by false information. So again, it highlights the fact that we're in a constant struggle to navigate around deception every single day we wake and interact with the world, and especially interact with the internet. Not for nothing, the internet's always been a bastion for deceit. And it's no surprise, but it's frustrating. Those people out there that are getting mocked by certain factions on the internet as being weirdo conspiracy theorists and whatnot. Well, you know what? You know how we get people like that? Because they're getting lied to all the time. They're always trying to look for a different angle, trying to dig a little deeper, looking under rocks for this, that, and the other thing. So you can't blame them. I mean, that's just a fact. Sure, we have paranoid schizophrenics out there, no doubt, but there's also some very intelligent people that are just trying to get to the bottom of matters because they can't depend on the information dispensers to give it to them accurately and truthfully. So, don't be so hard on the conspiracy theorists, and for God's sakes, the fact is, sometimes they're right. Bizarre stories are often just exaggerations, but sometimes they're real, as strange as they are. I saw a couple of things like that, that last weekend. But you know what I've decided? I've decided to say to people during this video that we should remain aware to the fact that I don't think cyberspace is, I don't think people interacting in cyberspace and on the internet are protected by their constitutional rights in the United States. And you kind of see that in the way people are censored. They complain about free speech violations. Well, that might mean something to you in real life in the United States under this constitutional republic, but in the world of cyberspace and the internet, where people from all over the world under all kinds of different governments and rules and such are interacting, that's a whole different ballgame. Our best bet of gaining constitutional protections on the internet is probably going to have to be a constitutional amendment. But then again, how do we do that? I mean, some of these social media tech giants are indeed headquartered in the United States, and their businesses thrive under the constitutional protections that we all have Maybe if they're running a business under those conditions in the United States, and they have a big social media platform, I don't know, I wonder if maybe our constitutional protection should apply, because that's where their business is headquartered, underneath this constitutional republic. So, if that's the case, then we basically don't have the rights we think we do on the internet or in cyberspace. And, the big dogs, the fat cats, they know it, so they do what they do. There's nothing we can do about it. And I don't see a lot of discussion about it. I see, some challenges to the social media censorship and controls and unfairness and all the other obvious discrepancies that people have picked up on. But if we theoretically do not have the same constitutional rights on the internet or in cyberspace as we do as citizens of the United States, then I don't know what we can do about it other than a constitutional amendment. But that's only going to apply to the United States citizens on the internet, isn't it? And that maybe would only apply to the social media giants that are headquartered in the United States, wouldn't it? I mean, I don't know. I don't think the United States owns the internet. The United States doesn't own cyberspace. I don't believe all of it is headquartered out of the United States either. So what do? It's a whole new place to hammer out rights and protections. And there's a lot of hammering out to do because it doesn't look like we have any. So, I don't have a solution. I'm only casting theories, but I think it's something to consider about where we actually stand in all this. Cyberspace is disposable, not so much by the Department of Defense, because with all the hacking of business computers and military computers and whatnot going on back and forth, there is a literal warfare going on right now between all these systems. And that's very real to the Department of Defense and to businesses and even individuals who use cyberspace and the internet. But in a nutshell, though, everything we write on the internet is disposable anyway. We're only looking at an organized set of light pixels on a screen at any given time, whether it's your cell phone, your smart, your tablet, your mobile device, the PC, whatever. That's all it is. Light pixels. They can make up typed in words, letters, phrases. Pictures can be digitally reproduced on your screen for you. But it's all disposable. With a few clicks, ask Hillary Clinton, she knows. With a few clicks and a little digital bleach, hey, it's all gone, bye-bye. You're going to need backup somewhere to keep it sustained. You're going to need a hard copy, maybe on a piece of paper. These politicians like her, for example, they write books because they know how well archived their lies will be in a book. So much better than they will be on the internet. So they write a book. It'll go into a bookstore, it'll go into a library, it'll go into somebody's bookshelf. It's that those lies are more highly preserved in a book than they are in the internet. That's why when Hillary Clinton came out with her books making assertions as to why she lost her campaign against President Trump, she was being mocked left and right because they were just absurd. She all she did was double down on her reputation for dishonesty and corruption. It didn't go well for her. I don't know how many books she sold, but her and her daughter are working on another one, or there's another one coming out. So they know what a good thing they have with a book. So don't forget that, folks. Do you have a backup of all your Twitter posts? Hard copy? Anything like that? I say no, you don't. Most people don't. Same thing with Facebook, right? So, any of these social media platforms where you're allowed to express yourself, don't forget that cyberspace and the internet is really just a place for people to leave snail trails and data about everything they do, think, their family, pictures, baby pictures, where they travel. People sometimes are a little bit too open on the internet about what they're doing in their lives. All they do is leave a bunch of data for somebody else to exploit. They were suckered in. You can share ideas, you can make friends, you can do this, you can do that. Yeah, all of it leaves a trail of data. And somebody's exploiting it. Somebody's gobbling it up. Somebody's selling it to somebody else to use. Maybe for you or against you. You just have to get things in perspective, and I believe that the thoughts I'm telling you here today on this video are some perspectives worth your consideration. So, that being said, I think that's enough said. I said what I wanted to say. It's a beautiful day, and I'm driving as usual. So, we'll see you next time, and I hope you have a good day, and I hope your weekend coming up is a good one too, and everybody just, I'm not going to say don't worry, be happy. Try to be happy, even if you're pretending it. God knows it's still better than going insane.